On an empty tank.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, weighing in at 219 pounds, from Liberty, Indiana, Chad Collyer. And here's opponent, making his way to the ring this time, weighing in at 185 pounds, from Aberdeen, Washington, American Bryan Danielson.
We are ready to go with another match in the #1 Contender Series as American Dragon takes on another debuting star, Chad Collyer.
And the winner of this one will take on Paul Lund in the second half of the show to determine who has that #1 Contenders trophy and who'll get that title shot against either AJ Styles or Xavier on December 28th. As you see a lockup here, this is Chad Collier's debut in Ring of Honor. This guy is one of the most gifted mat technicians going today. He had a little run with WWE, but hey, they don't like mat work there. They want guys that can cut promos, and I'll admit, Chad Collyer, he's not the best promo in the business. And then he went over to the UK, also started for Michinoku Pro. So this guy, he's got a wealth of experience. This guy's about as good as they come, and he's going to be really tested here against American Dragon.
It's great to see such a good mat wrestler like Collyer start off against American Dragon. Kind of a match that no one's ever seen before. And you see how these two trade their holds. As nice job by Collyer floating through there and hanging on to this armbar against American Dragon Bryan Danielson. And American Dragon now trying to fight his way out, but Collyer hangs on.
And Collyer was really looking forward to this match for a long time because this is the kind of athleticism that he loves. This is the kind of style of wrestling that he loves. He loves to be a professional wrestler, not a sports entertainer. And that's what it's all about here, is being a professional wrestler and professional wrestling and really displaying your art. These guys are artists and they consider professional wrestling their art, and really displaying your art in front of a respectful audience. And he's really looked forward to this opportunity and to really be able to test himself and compete against the best.
That's right, and this is a place where the fans are going to appreciate it, and that's the place that hopefully someone like Chad Collyer will be able to feel very comfortable.
Yep, a little bit of a different crowd tonight, though, with Abdul the Butcher here, kind of attracting a new audience that you wouldn't really see, that kind of just want to see some blood and everything. So it'll be interesting to see how they react to this match. But you know that the diehard, the usual ROH fans are going to love this one.
I'm sure they'll get their blood later on. It is Night of the Butcher.
They will get their blood.
And the American Dragon takes him over with an arm drag. And these two are pretty much at a stalemate right now, kind of feeling each other out and gaining some respect for each other's mat wrestling ability.
And there's definitely going to be a feeling out process in this one. American Dragon knows how good Chad Collyer is. Chad Collyer knows how great American Dragon is. So you know that these two are going to be very careful with each other in the early going of this one.
And I guess American Dragon sort of has the home field advantage since he's wrestled and succeeded so many times here in Ring of Honor. And Chad Collyer, you know, he's sort of making his debut, trying to make that first early good impression. And a nice leg trip takedown, and Collyer seems to be wrestling his style of match right now, doing pretty well.
And American Dragon, he's got some momentum behind him after winning that classic against Doug Williams in the last show, Scramble Madness, which was out of Wakefield, Massachusetts. And just they went a half an hour, of course, only one fall. American Dragon won 1 fall to 0. Doug Williams saying, hey, let's try it again in a 2 out of 3 falls match. That'll be signing down the line sometime. But right now, American Dragon, he has his sights set on that ROH title. And you got to think, hey, that first #1 Contenders Gauntlet series that happened at All-Star Extravaganza, he had that great match against Paul London, and then that match of the year candidate against AJ Styles, which he lost. He came that close to getting that title shot. And in fact, he would have gotten that title shot tonight, and it would have been AJ Styles in this match. So you got to figure, hey, I'm not going to come up 1 match short again. I want to win this thing. I want to get that title shot, and I want that ROH belt around my waist.
He's been a very consistent performer all the way through in Ring of Honor. He's been really just below the surface of breaking to the very top, and this could be the night that he earns himself a title shot.
Well, he's been one of those guys that Ring of Honor has really been built around since day one. You got to look at the very first show Ring of Honor begins. He had what some call the greatest 3-way dance ever against Chris Daniels and Loki. He didn't figure in the finish of that. It was Loki defeating Chris Daniels, but that was just a phenomenal match. And then he followed it up with another match of the year candidate on the second show, Round Robin Challenge, with that 32-minute unbelievable classic against Loki, which he won when Loki passed out with Ken Shamrock, a special ref.
So he has really been at or near the top throughout the very existence of Ring of Honor. And now, trying to turn back the challenge of Chad Collyer. And he's grinding on this headlock, and Collyer fighting his way out. Shoots him in, and American Dragon with the shoulder block, rocking Collyer a little bit there.
Yep, and you know, a lot of people might go, oh, you're using the term match of the year candidate too often. Well, you know what? Go watch the matches and tell me those aren't match of the year candidates. And in fact, go check the internet, read any of the reviews of the shows. You'll see everybody calling them match of the year candidates. Don't take our word for it. Go check the websites, go check the message boards, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
That's right. I've seen those first two Ring of Honor main events referred to as a match of the year candidate many times. And now we see Collyer grounding American Dragon here with this Chancery hold. And there's not many people that can go hold for hold with American Dragon, but Collyer is living up to that hype that we've heard about his mat wrestling skill.
Well, Chad Collyer can definitely go hold to hold with American Dragon. He is really one of the most skilled mat wrestlers going today, trained by Dean Malenko, all that experience around the world.
And we get a clean break there as American Dragon getting a little separation, maybe thinking about his next move, maybe trying something a little different because so far it's been a stalemate.
Well, this is almost like that Doug Williams half-hour Ironman match we saw at Scramble Madness. That was a classic, but that was also like a chess match, and we kind of had that too here. Both guys knowing so many holds and counter holds that you got to figure, hey, they got to be 2 or 3 moves ahead of the game right now to figure out how they're going to get the advantage over one of these guys, over their opponent, I mean.
And whoever can come out as the winner of this chess match is going to have to go up against Paul London later on. So it's going to be a long night for one of these two. Full Nelson applied by Chad Collyer.
Dragon trying to muscle his way out of that one, unsuccessful, though Chad Collyer in great condition.
And counter there. And now the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, with a Full Nelson of his own. And sitting out of it nicely is Collyer. But American Dragon goes right back to the Full Nelson.
Kind of rolled him over there and went right back to it. And you got to figure both these men, they eat, breathe, and live professional wrestling, as you see Collyer just tossing Dragon off.
Good arm drag, and now American Dragon shooting in there, amateur style, trying to get a leg. And again, we get a little bit of a stalemate here. The #1 contenders trophy, and it's amazing how much competition there's been just for that trophy. It's really becoming very prestigious.
Well, you got to get that trophy to get a title shot. Basically, that #1 contenders trophy was instituted by Ring of Honor after the way Xavier backed into getting that title shot against Loki, and it was obvious later as all part of a plan with Chris Daniels and the Prophecy. So now Ring of Honor is saying, hey, you're not going to be able to challenge the champion to get a title shot. You're not going to be able to back your way into one. You have to win a series of matches to get it. And then you know that the guy who's getting that title shot deserves it, that he's earned it, because he's defeated some of the best going today. And not only that, but the champion, the RH champion, is not obligated to defend the title on every show. But however, the guy who holds the #1 contenders trophy is. So you have to figure that #1 contenders trophy is almost like a secondary title. You have to win that trophy and defend it until you get that title shot. So you know once that guy's getting that title shot, no doubt he earns it. No doubt he would make a great champion.
That's right. You can't win the trophy and then sit on it. You've got to stay at the very top of your game before you get that title shot. And now we see Chad Collyer with a headlock, and American Dragon almost going for the Greco-Roman nostril lock there.
And the frustrating part, too, is that once you get that title shot, you relinquish that trophy. You give it up, and there's going to be another new #1 contender. So if you get that title shot and you lose, you have to start all the way back at square one and go after that trophy again.
And there's going to be a lot of guys going for that same trophy. And now it's
a lot of guys, the whole company, Jeff.
The entire company, yes. Snapmare takes him over, and bridging up is Collyer. Takes him over the Snapmare, and now American Dragon responds in kind. Back and forth, and it's American Dragon.
It's coming up with the arm. Yep. Neither guy being able to get an advantage so far in this one, as they both have been countering every single move that they've been trying.
And American Dragon continues to work on this arm with a top wrist lock and floats into a headlock.
And if you thought Dragon was good on those first couple of ROH shows, don't forget this guy just did a full month tour of New Japan Pro Wrestling, working Liger, Kanemoto, Samurai, all the top guys there, Nagata, Chono, and training at the dojo there. So this guy's coming back even better here against Chad Collyer.
And a cross arm breaker version of it. He's kind of got it in like a key lock there. And he's really immobilizing American Dragon. Yeah, that's a pretty heavy company there. They just threw him right in there with all those great junior heavyweights in New Japan, and he came out looking real good.
He even wrestled some of the heavyweights over there. He wrestled everybody basically in the company, and that's quite an accomplishment. Even if you lose, which he did, and actually you won quite a few matches, you're going to learn something. Chad Collyer, he's got all that experience. I mean, all right, you say what you want about WWE, but you're still going to get some good experience working there. He's trying to power his way up. Then you got the UK, then you got Japan, and Collyer is so eager to show the fans in the United States exactly what he can do, and this is the right forum for him to do it, as Dragon trying to power him up, not quite able to.
And Collyer able to reach the ropes, and he's going to get out of there, really favoring that wrist.
Collier's just a big guy for Dragon to try to power up like that.
Yeah, that was pretty tough, but it was a good try. And now Collyer fighting back on the floor, and this is not what we expected. As they send the Dragon back in.
Yep, taking it back inside.
And Collyer looking to maybe get a little bit of an advantage here and try to lock in some kind of a submission. Right now, Dragon has matched him hold for hold. He's been able to, that was a nice double underhook suplex.
That was kind of the first big move. And did Dragon land funny on his knee?
He did. He's out on the floor. So this could be the break that Collier's been waiting for. He's been trading mat holds, and now he hits the suplex, and Dragon could have a knee injury.
I think he landed a little funny on it, definitely. As you see Mike Keener, they're checking on him. Of course, no countouts here in Ring of Honor. They're stupid. You know, the referee gets to a 9 count, and then, well, he's going to come up with some reason to break it and start over. So instead, there's no countouts here, so you can take a breather. But if you're out there for too long, the ref can DQ you. But you got to be out there for a real long time.
And Collyer showing a little bit of respect for his opponent, letting him make his way back into the ring and meet him on even terms.
Yep, he might be showing respect, but he's going right after that injured limb.
Collyer knowing how to pick a body part, and he's working on that left leg of American Dragon. Working over that knee, and now he's finally putting together some sustained offense after so much back and forth. Step over, toe hold, and he's going to scissor stomp that knee. Ouch. And Dragon is hobbled right now. Going right back to it is Chad Collyer, trying to maybe go for a half Boston Crab.
I think he's trying to turn it over.
The Dragon's got the leg, trying to block it.
And Chad Collyer likes to use that Texas Cloverleaf that he learned from Dean Malenko, and that, of course, is going to affect an injured leg, as there you see a nice stretch there.
And American Dragon in some trouble right now. Good move here as Collyer able to lean all of his weight onto American Dragon, but now goes right back to the knee.
Come on, Dragon. No.
We're going to see how American Dragon can respond to this adversity.
Ooh, kicks him off.
Winner's going to face Paul London later on.
You got to figure if you can't counter a hold, you just go right to a kick like that, and that's going to get the guy off you real quick. But Collyer, the ring veteran, he's going right back to that leg.
Trips down the other leg, and he's going to hook him up in the almost a figure 4 leg lock, but he's just putting the pressure right directly on the knee with his foot.
I think that's even more effective than a figure 4 leg lock, because that really isolates the knee.
It's all on that knee. Yes, you're right there, Chris. You've probably watched a lot of wrestling in your day, haven't you?
I've watched a ton.
And American Dragon's still on the defensive, but he's trying to fight his way out of this modified figure 4, which is a really good-looking hold here. And the referee counting the shoulders as well. And now we're really starting to see Chad Collyer open up on American Dragon.
Collyer definitely getting a lengthy advantage right here. Dragon really not being able to get any kind of advantage on Chad Collyer. And right now I'd say that the scales are tipped to Chad Collyer doing exactly what Doug Williams did at Road to the Title. And remember, as Doug Williams, he came in as an unknown. He left as a main eventer, and as an American Dragon that he defeated to get that status. So Chad Collyer could be following in his footsteps right here.
Collyer would love for history to repeat itself. Again, he's just getting the opportunity. It's a matter of what he can do with it. And American Dragon still limping right now. But he's fighting on one leg at this point. And Collyer is going after that left knee, but look, Dragon is keeping it away. He's leading with his right, and now it's a go behind countered. Oh, but Collyer got that knee. Possible Boston Crab, but American Dragon fighting out.
Look at Dragon just rubbing that forearm right into the face, trying to grind that bone to break that hold. And well, a punch will do it.
That's right. The kicks to the punches, they do good at breaking these holds.
We've seen Dragon resort to some more aggressive tactics in this match, as he used a kick earlier and now a punch. And there's a stomp right to the gut.
And now we see American Dragon still hobbling.
He's trying to unload some higher impact moves right here after getting that leg worked on, but Collyer kick to the leg slows him right down.
And right back to the leg, like a machine, Chad Collyer. And there's the flying hamstring pull. Collyer wrestling a very smart match. It took him about 10 minutes to get the opening he wanted, but he's got it now.
Well, Collyer, you got to figure this is his first time in an ROH ring. This is his first time in front of this crowd, so maybe he just wanted to kind of feel things out for the first few minutes of this one before going to work on a body part, see where things stood. But Dragon trying to counter there with an enziguri.
And that slowed him down, but he's holding on to the head, but he's also holding on to that leg. Maybe again. Oh, went the other way with it, and that broke the hold. But American Dragon has got to keep that leg away from Collyer. He will not be able to get anything going in this.
Well, if American Dragon manages to win this one thing that will definitely go into his advantage is the fact that the next match isn't going to happen until the second half of the show. He's going to have time to stretch that knee out, rest it, ice it, do whatever he has to do to get him in shape for Paul London.
Hopefully there's a physical therapist around. And there's a back body drop.
Hopefully, of course, there's a physical therapist around. It's ROH. We got first-class accommodations here.
Really? Very nice. I didn't know that.
There's a massage person in the back, too, a masseuse.
Cool. Series of European uppercuts. And American Dragon trying to get things going his way now as he sends Collyer in. And a clothesline. Goes to the pin. And just a 1 count. American Dragon still trying to buy himself some more time to get that knee back in shape.
Yeah, but pretty soon, Chad Collyer, he's going to start feeling woozy after taking all these headbutts, chops, punches, kicks. He's going to start really mounting some serious offense on that knee. Surprisingly, Dragon trying to use that knee as an offensive move, but that took just as much out of him as it did Chad Collyer.
And they are both in trouble now. Collyer working on that knee throughout the last 5 or 6 minutes, and it paid dividends. What we see, American Dragon, back up. Whips him in. Collyer catches him with a kick. And American Dragon fall right back. German suplex. No, only 2.
And you see that one knee, he couldn't use it for a bridge. He only had one bridge, or you think maybe if he could use both of them for leverage, he would have scored the pinfall there.
It's possible.
That knee definitely bothering him, though.
And you know, Paul London's watching this match in the back. He's got to be taking note of the injury to American Dragon's knee. He might need to use that in the future.
Don't forget, Paul London took a lot of abuse at the hands of Easy Money, so he might be hurting himself too.
He could be getting massaged right now. Or physical therapy. Or both. Good counter. And Collyer with a 2 count on a ground-born backslide. Collyer saying, how about 3? Ref says no.
And you know, Chad Collyer might have been trained by Dean Malenko, but I'm kind of thinking this guy could almost be Dean Malenko's son. He's so much like him.
He does have a lot of the same mannerisms, the same build as well. Now hooking up for something.
You hear the crowd. They're appreciating this great athletic wrestling as a sport. They're getting behind it.
American Dragon trying to power out of whatever Collier's going for here. And he does. Swing and a miss. And there's a standing switch. Dragon right back. Leg trip takedown. And here's the Texas Cloverleaf. He could be going for it here.
Oh, Dragon saved.
No, only 2.
Dragon saved himself on that one.
He was going for that Texas Cloverleaf, and once he gets that locked in, that's one of the best submission holds you'll see. And now, it's turning into a fight.
Both guys may be getting a little frustrated. They haven't been able to get a big advantage in this one yet. Unloading those forearms on each other. Now chops.
Say nothing's worked yet. Maybe a big knockout blow will do it. Back and forth. Missed that time. Ducked under. And a pop-up powerbomb. Gets 2.
He hangs on to that leg, though. Maybe going for that Texas Cloverleaf again.
That's right, Chris. He's going for it.
He's trying to turn him over. See, can he get him? He's trying to turn him over right now. If he gets him, this could be it. It takes a lot for Dragon to tap, but that knee's been worked on a lot. He's got him. Dragon's going to try to get the ropes. He's going to try to do something right now.
It's right in the middle of the ring. This could be it.
And your referee's right there. He's seen what Dragon wants to do. Dragon trying to reach out now. He's trying to get to those ropes. Collyer doesn't quite have it cinched all the way. He needs to pull back just a little bit more to get the full effect of it. Maybe a little bit tired from this match. And I think Dragon's going to get to the ropes. He's very, very close. And let's see if Collyer can pull him out. No.
Oh, he's going for those ropes. Like a man in the desert reaching for a glass of water, and he's finally got it.
And there he is, and Ref Mike Keener demanding the break.
Boy, that's a great hold, but American Dragon, give him credit. He kept crawling, he kept squirming, and he was able to get that rope.
American Dragon Bryan Danielson, he has a lot of fight in him, and he's not going to quit. This guy, it's going to take a lot to defeat him. That's been proven in the past. This is a man that's kicked out of the Key Crusher, kicked out of the Chaos Theory, kicked out of the Styles Clash, kicked out of Slice Spread number 2. It takes a lot to put this guy down for a 3 count.
It's almost like he's got kryptonite in his pocket. And off the second rope, sneaks in from behind, and right back goes American Dragon. And he's a good endurance too, you know, he can stay fresh after all this time.
Oh.
Working on the back of Collyer.
And there he goes, he's beginning to work on that neck. And now he's going maybe Dragon Suplex, he's got it. And he got him.
Yes, American Dragon moves on in the tournament. He'll face Paul London.
American Dragon, very impressive victory right there. Took a lot of abuse, came back and defeated Chad Collyer. Chad Collyer is showing what a mat technician, what being a mat technician is all about here in his ROH debut. And we got second round action. #1 contenders trophy on the line. American Dragon, Paul London in the second half of the show.